like it. I'm not in a hurry.
So I have a question about
Yes, babe,
encouraging this type of thinking in young people.
Can't quite hear you, darling.
I have a question about encouraging this type of thinking and behaviour in young people,
Yes.
children, teenagers.
Yes.
Particularly in a world where they see that happiness is something outside of them.
Absolutely.
And trying to encourage them to see that happiness is something that they generate from within them.
Yeah, and I think that's, the way to help, like whether you're a therapist or a mother or just a friend or a teacher. It's not so much to tell the person that happiness is inside and tell the person they shouldn't be attached to outside things. We've got to be more tricky, So we've got to talk about it. So in other words, you've got to, by praising somebody, by telling a person, like we have a tendency if the kid comes and, I don't know what to do and I'm freaking out about this and that, we give advice. We love to give advice. Well, sometimes, sweetheart, you've got the wisdom to understand. You've got the wisdom. You make the choice. You've got I admire your wisdom. You can do it. Giving, instead of being mums, I just talked to a mother recently and she, and still, that's what mothers do, she said. They worry and have a panic attack if the kid has a bloody drug or something, I mean, okay, no, drug's a problem. But we've got to be more kind of brave and more optimistic and more talking. In other words, if you're a mother, talk to the better part of that person. And talk to their wisdom and their goodness, not treat them like a baby. And that's part of what our attachment does, We have all our fears and we dump it on them. So when we have our fears about our kid, because they're smoking marijuana, it's almost like you're having a panic attack by looking at them. And they know it, for God's sake. But don't ignore it, Talk to the better part of the person. Admire their wisdom, admire their courage. You can do it. That maybe, at least hearing that, we don't hear that from our mothers normally. That's powerful. It's powerful. And maybe that'll feed that part of that person. But like anything, you can only... What do we say? You can bring a horse to water, you can't make it drink. It's not that easy, But we have to know it ourselves. That's again the point. One more question. Yeah.
I suppose I've just spent a whole lot...
I can't see you, darling. Where are you?
Hello.
Oh, hello there. Go.
How you doing?
Good.
Lovely. I've just spent a whole lot of time hanging out by myself in the bush.
Hanging out in the bush?
By myself, and it was amazing. I was incredibly content.
Oh, good.
And life was fantastic, but...
How long did you do that? A day or an hour? Or 6 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And
going back for more, but then I pop out because I get guilty because I'm like, I need to share this with the rest of the world.
I see. So out of interest, I'm trying to be too personal, what did you do in those 3 weeks?
How
did you spend the time?
I spent a fair bit of time meditating and going on bushwalks. I did a 3-day barefoot bushwalk where I'd just wander around. And
did you do any thinking about things? Thinking's good. What did you think about?
I spent a fair bit of time trying to get away from my thoughts, actually.
Why is that? What's wrong with your thoughts?
Well, there's nothing particularly wrong with them. I just wanted to see what it's like when they're not there. I enjoy them. I have fun playing with them.
Well, maybe the Buddhist view is very much the key is to nothing wrong with thoughts, but to have neurotic thoughts and fear thoughts and jealous thoughts and depressed thoughts and angry thoughts and self-centered thoughts, not being rude about us, they're the problem. So to have kind thoughts and wise thoughts and content thoughts and loving thoughts, wow, more of those the better. Don't chuck the baby out with the bathwater. So what was the purpose of it? Did you find some success in it? It was good? It was useful for you. Did you learn about yourself a bit? What kind of person you are and what's best for you and everything?
It made me feel a whole lot stronger in myself.
You did? Well done. Congratulations.
Cheers.
So what now? What's the plan now?
To try spread it with people.
What, darling?
To try spread it with people, I suppose.
Try spread it. Tell them what? What are you going to spread?
Share the experience. Take them out so they can hang out with themselves, away from the distractions of the world.
You think that's a good idea? Yeah. Okay, but certain people. Okay, that's good. But sometimes. Okay.
I'm not just going to pick people up and carry them away.
But it's not, okay, I think it's very nice of you. It's good. But also, it's your experience. It's okay to have it, be content with it yourself and use that to grow yourself and to become this marvellous person that you are and be useful. Because sometimes, I'm just making a point here, you discover a movie and you want everybody else to see the movie. You discover some new something, you want everybody else to know about it. Maybe that's okay. Maybe people just don't need to know about it. Maybe it's your experience and you be content with it yourself. And now continue to develop yourself as a human being, use your skills, use your talent, and then you can be useful in the world. That's maybe the way to do it. What do you think?
Yeah, sweet.
What, dear?
Yes, sweet.
Good, do that.
I'm just like, there just seems to be so much chaos in the world. And if you can get yourself to a place of stillness, then does that continue to be beneficial? Like,
it's one of those tricky words like surrender. What you mean by stillness, I really don't know. It makes me a bit nervous, stillness. I'm not trying to be silly here. I mean, feeling good. So you felt good. I'm happy that you felt good. But you can feel good by having sex too. And you can feel good by eating a nice cake. So this feeling good, maybe that's good, maybe it's not good. Feeling generous, feeling compassionate, feeling wise, feeling empathetic, now that's good. That's fantastic. Then you can be, yourself will be happy and you'll help others as well. Amazing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The Dalai Lama said one time, you want to help others? Practice compassion. You want to help yourself? Practice compassion. Anyway, we end on that, I think. And I'll end with another little prayer, like 2 bookends, a prayer in the beginning and a prayer at the end. There's 2 prayers, and they're in Tibetan as well. No, I've got some advertisements first. Did the postcards down there? Okay. Well, I mentioned I ran that prison project for many years. Well, for 15 years now, I've been running a pilgrimage, a place to India and Nepal. We go to the different places that Buddha went, so 3 weeks every October, and it's an amazing experience. We start in Kathmandu, and then we go to different places, and it's just an incredible experience. People love it every year, and I'm never bored. I do it every year, October. And there's some postcards down there with the elephant. That's the one with the elephant. And the other one, we started last year, and it's a trek for 2 weeks. This other one's 3 weeks. And this other one raises money for this. It's up in the mountains, up in the Himalayas, 4,500 metres up. And I've never walked up a mountain in my 72 years, I promise. And I walked up a mountain. I thought I would die. And I've agreed to do it again next March. And that's raising money for that place up there. And that's really special as well. That's 2 weeks, and that's in March. And the other one with the elephant is in October, and they raise money for things. That's my advertisements. Okay? So I'll sing my prayers. Can I? Okay. So this one little prayer is just sort of saying, it's like we call it a dedication. So here we've been 2 hours actually. Yeah, more than 2 hours. And Buddha would say, as many moments as there have been, as many thoughts there have been, nothing goes astray, everything gets stored in the mind. So we've sown all these marvellous seeds, so we think whatever's made sense to us, may we take, may we nourish these seeds we've planted and never give up, developing our amazing potential, one step at a time, for our sake and the sake of others. And the second little prayer makes the aspiration, that compassion, grow and grow in the hearts of all. Gewadi nyududag lama sange drubgyurne drowa chikyang malupa Dei sala kupashok Jangchub samchog rinpoche ma ke panam ke guchig ke panyam pa me payang gong ne gong du pa basho